What's the worst thing that happened when you volunteered to help? My best friend Alex was swamped at work and begged me to just check his email while he was gone for the day. He had an important client presentation coming up and he needed someone to keep an eye out for any last-minute file changes. I figured it was no big deal. I work from home, I've used his laptop before, and we've been friends since middle school. What could possibly go wrong? At first, it was smooth sailing. I sat at my desk, answered my own emails, and occasionally refreshed his inbox. Most of it was dull corporate stuff. Meeting invites, project updates, the occasional all-staff memo about snacks disappearing from the break room. Then I noticed a folder labeled private do not open sitting in his email sidebar. Now, Alex knows I'm curious to a fault. He should have named it taxes or quarterly reports if he didn't want me peeking. I clicked it, fully expecting to see some silly personal notes or maybe a resume draft. Instead, I found dozens of PDF contracts and scan letters, most of them clearly confidential. One of the PDFs wouldn't load properly, it just sat there buffering. Thinking it was stuck, I decided to download it to my desktop. Bad move. Seconds later, a giant red banner popped up across the laptop screen. Security breach detected. Access blocked. Within minutes, the laptop was locked down. Alex's company IT department was blowing up his phone, and every email account linked to his work profile got suspended. I panicked, tried to call him, but he was in a meeting and didn't pick up. So I started frantically messaging him through every app I could think of, which only made it look more suspicious from the IT side. Now they thought the account was hacked. By the time Alex called me back, the company had not only frozen his email but also cut off his access to their internal servers. That meant he couldn't retrieve the files he needed for the presentation. He had to go into full damage control mode, driving all the way back to the office to plead with IT to restore his account. Here's the kicker: while his email was down, one of his clients sent urgent last-minute changes for the pitch deck. Nobody saw them in time. Alex presented the wrong figures to the board in front of the CEO. The client pulled out of the deal the next day, costing his team months of work and, according to Alex, more money than you'll make in a decade. The fallout didn't stop there because the breach was technically traced to my IP address. The company had to log it as a security incident, meaning Alex had to sit through mandatory cybersecurity retraining, and so did his entire department. He told me people were making jokes about the hacker best friend for weeks. We didn't talk for a month. When we finally met up, he told me he forgave me, but also handed me a how not to ruin someone's career coffee mug. I still have it, and I still have no idea what was in that PDF.